Good morning and thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the webinar Unlock the Power of AWS, Mastering Your AWS Migration Journey with Cloud.in. I am Suvarna Jadhav, working with Cloud.in as a strategic partnership and alliance manager. For today's session, we have Sakshi Chavan as a speaker. Sakshi is working as a sales executive at Cloud.in. This webinar is designed to be your one-stop shop for a smooth and successful transition. Before starting the session, I would like to mention a few points. All attendees are muted by default and cannot be unmuted during the session. We will have a question and answer session at the end of the presentation. If in case you have any questions in between the session, please raise your hand to grab speaker's attention or ask a question through the question section. I will request Sakshi to start the session. Over to you, Sakshi.
Thank you, Suvarna ma'am. Hello everyone, my name is Sakshi Chauhan and I am working as an inside sales executive at Cloud.in. So before we deep dive into our today's webinar, I just want to take some minutes to introduce you about the Cloud.in. So Cloud.in is a 24-year young company where we have 22,000 plus SME customers and we have 400 domain managed yet. Then coming to our progression and growth, we have 80 plus team members at Cloud.in and we have our presence at 2 locations where is in Pune and Mumbai. Then we have 50 plus cloud certified employees at Cloud.in and we have 200 plus live workloads currently, and also we have 6,000 plus endpoint protected till now. Then Cloud.in is a AWS advanced consulting partner, and also we are reselling and billing partner with Google Cloud and Microsoft Azure. We are also have a partnership with Checkpoint F5 related to the security, and also Dhruva, VMware, and New Relic. We also have a partnership with them. Then Cloud.in offers the services in which we have implementation and migration, then reselling and billing services. We also have managed services, application services. So our today's we are moving further to our today's webinar. So we we have our today's topic is mastering your AWS cloud journey with Cloud.in. So here we discuss agenda, what we are going to discuss in today's webinar. So first we have to see that which benefits we are getting from the migration, from doing on-premises, your business to on-premises to the AWS. Then there is journey how we can migrate our on-premises business to the AWS. Then we see how Cloud.in helping you to migrate your business from on-premises to the AWS, which tool we can use, and how AWS help us to how AWS help us in migration. Then there is one case study as well. So, in our first side, we have benefits of AWS migration, where we are going to discuss that there is scalability and flexibility which AWS provides. Then cost efficiency, how we can save our cost by doing our business at AWS cloud. Then performance and reliability and security as well. So in scalability and flexibility, we have scalable infrastructure. Like AWS cloud is a highly scalable infrastructure compared to the on-premises data center. So you can scale everything from like storage, server, databases as per your demand. You can scale up the server or storage to meet your demand, or you can also downscale it upon reduces your demand or to minimize, and it helps you to minimize your cost. So it's like you can use your pay as you go, like you only have to pay for what you are going to use, meaning you will not have to purchase what you need, but you, as per your demand, you have to scale your services. Then there is a cost efficiency in the cost which running on the on-premises data center can increase rapidly. So in on-premises data centers and need hardware infrastructure, power supply, and lots of space as well. So in cloud help you to organize. Uh, Cloud help organizations to save money that could have purchased new equipment, repair spaces, and more. You also will be able to focus your efforts on running more effective and efficient company. So AWS charges you for the services you use with no upfront cost, and there are many cost optimization capabilities also that you can leverage to reduce your cost. So there are some services like you can use reserved instance, then there is a spot instance for your fault tolerant workloads. Then AWS provides you some credits which you can use for optimize your cost, and also you can resize the instances as per your demand so that you don't have to pay much more. So ideally, there are many ways you can explore to help keep AWS costs down for. Then we have performance and reliability, in which rapid resource provisioning, which is help your business to respond quickly to whatever changes happening as per the market condition or per the user demand. So we can take example like if a new marketing campaign generates some sudden spikes in your website traffic. So AWS can scale your resource to handle the increased load without any delays. This quick adoption helps reduce time to market for a new product or a feature and ensure that your application remains performant and reliable. Then accelerated time to market, which faster time to market is crucial for staying competitive. Like we can take an example, uh, if there is any tech. company which is developing the new app features, they can use AWS to deploy and test it quickly, rather than gather user feedback, uh, and make some improvements in a short time frame. So this agility helps businesses launch new features and products more rapidly, giving them an edge over competitors. Then in effortless project initiation, development team can start working on a new project immediately without being bogged down by infrastructure setup. If there is any startup can quickly launch a new web application using some AWS managed services, allowing them to focus on coding and development rather than infrastructure concerns. Then in serverless infrastructure, this serverless infrastructure approaches simplifies application development and reduce operational overhead. In this model, is a cost effective and efficient as you only incur costs based on actual usage. When in cost effective application development, instead of creating their own authentication system from the ground up from the start, developer can use ready-made functions like AWS Lambda. These pre-built functions are already set up for tasks like authentication, so developer can just plug them into their application. Uh, this way, they spend less time in coding and maintaining complex systems, which is ultimately reduces their cost. So there is a main concern that every organization has is the security. So security is a top priority for all the organization, and so most of the businesses are under threat from hackers and the other malicious people looking to steal data or compromises your network. So AWS Cloud has numerous security approaches that you can use to safeguard your resource, in which we have security group, data encryption, identity and access management, data backup, and activity logging. Then there are some security measures you get in AWS, like you have some services in AWS to improve your organization security postures. So in which we have Amazon Guard Duty, Amazon CloudWatch, and Amazon CloudTrail. So Amazon CloudWatch is a monitoring service for operational data, while CloudTrail logs are users activity in your account. And Guard Duty is a threat detection service that monitors all workload from anomalies and the malicious activities. So now we discuss journey of AWS migration, means which phases that we have while doing the migration from on-premises to the AWS. So in which we have assessment phase, planning phase, migration phase. So in assessment phase, it involves understanding of a current environment and define the business case of migration. So in inventory, it involves collection of data on existing application servers and the infrastructure. Then in analysis, we assess application dependencies, performance, and some usage patterns. Then there are some business cases which involves identifying potential benefits such as the cost saving, then agility and scalability. In readiness, it involves evaluating organizational readiness and identifying any skill gaps or training needs. Then in a planning phase, uh, In migration strategy outlines that the approach you will take to move your application and workloads from your current environment to the AWS. It defines how you will handle different types of workloads and application during migration process. So in which we have migration strategy. Uh, with choosing a migration strategy like rehost, replatform, refactor, repurchases, and retail. Then we have prioritization. So it involves prioritizing applications and workloads for migration based on business impact and complexity. Then there is a design in which we design a phase which involves creating an architecture design for the AWS environment, including network and security and some compliance considerations. Pilot means that we plan for a pilot migration to validate the approach and define the strategy. Then there is a migration phase. Uh, In migration phase, we execute the migration plan and move workloads to AWS, where in execution, we perform the actual migration of applications, data, and infrastructure. Then there are some tools like AWS migration tool, such as AWS Migration Hub, AWS Server Migration, then AWS Database Migration, which helps us to migrate our data or services. Then there is a testing in which we conducting testing to ensure that all applications are functioning correctly in the new environment. Then there is a cutover where transition users and the operation to the AWS environment with minimal disruption. Then there is a optimization phase. In optimization, the new AWS environment for performance, like cost and the scalability, in which we implement monitoring and management tools to track performance and usages. And in optimization, we continuously optimize the resource for cost efficiency and performance. Example, we can right sizing instances as per our demand. So there are some tools which is provided by AWS. In AWS Migration Hub, to provide a central location for tracking the progress of application migration across multiple AWS and partner solutions. There are some key features like visibility, discovery and planning, migration tracking, and integration. So we get some benefits from this AWS Migration Hub, which is like simplified management, increased control, and then efficiency. Then there is a second tool which is AWS Server Migration. So is server migration services are used to automate the migration of on-premises server to the AWS, in which we have some key features like agentless migration, where we migrate servers without needing to install an agent on the source servers. Then it has automated replication, where we can automate incremental replication of live server volumes to the AWS. Then there is a group migration in which AWS support migrating groups of servers reducing the time and the complexity involved. Then there is a tracking and reporting in which integration with AWS Migration Hub for monitoring migration status and reporting. Then from server migration services, we are getting a benefit like reduced downtime, which means minimizes the downtime by allowing fewer incremental replications. Then it's simplified process that automates many steps involved in server migration. And there is a cost effective, which provides a cost effective way to migrate large number of servers. Then there is a AWS database migration service, which is used to simplify and accelerate the migration of database to AWS. In which we have a key feature like source and target flexibility, which is supports a wide range of database sources and targets, including homogeneous and heterogeneous migration. Then there is a continuous data replication, which enables continuous data replication with minimal downtime. Then we have a scheme conversion, which works with AWS scheme conversion tool for heterogeneous migration, converting database scheme and code to the target environment. Then there is a monitoring where it provides detailed metrics and logging to monitor the migration process. Then from database migration services, we have some benefits like minimal downtime, which ensures minimal disruption during migration through continuous data replication. Then versatility supports a wide range of database engines, making it a flexible tool for various migration needs. And ease of use, it simplifies the migration process with automated feature and integrated tools. Then there are some tools and services which is offered by cloud.in, in which we have cloud.in migration services and consulting and assessment. So in consulting and assessment, we provide expert guidance and through evaluation of the current IT landscape, preparing some seamless migration to the AWS. Some key services that cloud.in provide for the customers is initial consultation. Then we check your current state analysis. We provide readiness assessment. Then we also do cost benefit analysis for the customers and provide security and compliances overview. Then in migration planning, to develop a comprehensive and a tailored migration strategy and a roadmap, ensuring smooth and seamless transition to the AWS, where we have services like migration strategy development. Then we provide project planning, risk assessment, and mitigation. Then budget planning, tool selection, and training and enablement. Now we have a case study, which is Autodesk. So Autodesk is a leader in 3D design, engineering, and entertainment software. So this mass migration and modernization effort would enable it to drive efficiencies. AWS migration help them to reskill it people and be more innovative in the services and tools it delivers to the company. So they do migration to save time and resource from uh, undifferentiated work like managing data centers. Autodesk IT is able to focus on exciting new projects that create frictionless self-service experience for their employees. So, Autodesk have two main concerns that they want to resolve with the help of AWS, which is they want to increase efficiency and reduce costs through large-scale migration and modernization. And the second concern is like they want to train and certify Autodesk IT employees so they can take advantage of all the cloud has to offer. So after migration, they have 90% of cloud trained staff member participated in the cloud transformation. Then their 80% improvement in their disaster recovery time. Then they have 97% of cost efficiency achieved from the migrated application, and they also AWS also help them to make their employees certified, like they have 115 AWS certification across their team. So there are some common challenges which is the uh, every organization has faced, but cloud.in has some solution for them. Is like every organization can face data security, compatibility issues, and downtime management. So for that, Cloud.in helps them to providing some security best practices, then comprehensive testing, and a high availability architecture. So in today's our webinar, we have discussed that how crucial it is to understand AWS migration for transforming business operations with enhanced scalability, cost efficiency, performance, and the security. So Cloud.in's expertise and some comprehensive suite of tools and services ensure a smooth and efficient migration process tailored to your specific needs. By following a structured approach like we have discussed, there is a assessment, planning, migration, and optimization phase. You can ensure a seamless transition to AWS. Our case study highlight that the tangible benefit and successful outcomes for clients who have partnered with Cloud.in. For the best practices and leveraging cloud-in solution, it helps overcome common migration challenges, ensuring minimal disruption and maximize your value for your business. Thank you everyone for your time and attention. We look forward to helping you master your AWS migration journey with the cloud.
Thank you, Sakshi. Thanks for such an insightful presentation. And thank you all for attending the session. Sakshi, there are no questions in the chat box or in the question section. So I guess we can conclude the session. Thank you all once again for attending the session. We appreciate your being with us today. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you everyone.